My name is Eric Stich. I'm a longtime volunteer of the farm, former board director, and parent of all the programs. When my wife and I moved to Natick, Pam, she was looking to volunteer on a farm, and we found NCOF, and she just started volunteering, and she continued for many years. She brought every child, we have 3 children, every child on her back with the backpack, and did whatever was needed on her volunteer days, and then she sort of there was a board opening, and she suggested maybe it would be a good fit for me, and that's how it started. The highlight was just to be the honor of being like sort of in this behind the scenes role to make sure that this amazing place just kept chugging along through the ups and downs, and I was just always proud in being a community member in Natick and being able to be an advocate wherever I went to make sure that the farm was on people's minds and they knew this amazing asset existed. So I was proud to be a part of helping making sure everything continued in the way it should. I'd say if I was to think about something that changed from when I started to now is just the openness and creativity to continue to evolve and change as needed is amazing. So I've seen that just continue to expand and lead to more and more opportunities, some successes, some failures, but just that constant creative open-mindedness to evolve with the times. I'd say the thing that I value most about the farm is the concept of community, and that there can be an organization like this that can address the entire community at every step. So from infants and babies can show up here and have an experience with their parents or grandparents or caregivers, and then there's the toddlers, and they have programming, and they can start to interact with the animals and see the importance of being able to be outdoors, and then the programs just continue from there, the educational programs, and just being able to address every different category of people, from homeschoolers to then the camp kids and the preschoolers and the gnomes, and up to scouts and teens, and then young workers who want to work here, and then the staff, who are people that are just trying to they have a passion, and it's hard to find a place to explore that passion. They're making a huge commitment in many ways to do it. So then they're working here, to senior staff who have committed their lives to this work, to parents who, it just goes on and on, from parents who are once parents of programming and now they become donors, and then as they age up, and then board members, and it just goes on and on and on, and then back to grandparents who bring their grandkids here, who once had their children here, and it's just the full life cycle can engage with this place, and I feel like it's a total missed opportunity if Native community members miss out on that. I'd say a challenge that the farm has to deal with in the years that come is competition out in the world. There's so many opportunities for education for kids, and because this is an educational farm, and to sort of rise to the top is an important place in the eyes of ideally parents at the outset is challenging, and spreading the word and reminding parents that outdoors and education and animals and understanding where your food comes from is just so critical. And you can read about it in a book and you can watch a YouTube video, but if you don't get out and put your child in an opportunity to actually feel it and experience it and have it be a part of their life, then they're missing out. So, but the challenge is to get in front of those folks and make sure that they are aware the opportunity exists. Well, as a volunteer, the part that I have always loved and will continue to love, regardless of being on the board, is being out at the community events. That always has fueled me, and the biggest challenge that I always have felt personally responsible for is the issue that there are people in Natick that don't know about the farm. And that just drives at me so deeply because, again, I had said it's the biggest no-brainer of Natick, Mass. So I love being out at the community events, from Natick Days to Earth Day to MLK Day to farmers markets, to being a tour guide here on the farm. There's nothing better than being at that table and representing the Natick farm. And just a volunteer, I can't answer a lot of questions, but I love being able to talk to the farm lovers who just want to connect. Oh, my kids came here, and we always have loved the farm and supported the farm, to the new family that just arrived. And I say, have you ever, are you aware of the Natick Community Organic Farm? And they have a blank stare. And then I just can just lay it all out there. You're going to love the fact that you have access to this place in this town. I highly recommend you go there now because it's open. And just being able to expose people to the gem. It's only mine because I live here, so I didn't create this place. So to be able to take such a special place and be the deliverer in the share of that is always it's just an honor, and I love it. And I come home from those events energized, and my wife says, wow, you feel good, you seem great. I'm like, I know, I'm exhausted, but that was so fun to just connect with the community on behalf of the farm. When I think about who's most influential to my farm experience, and have met so many staff members, board members, donors over, say, the last dozen years, no one in particular comes to mind. It's the entire staff. The staff including teens. So from teens to apprentices to staff, from part-time staff to full staff, to the EDs in Linda and Casey. So when I think about the staff, I get so truly inspired, and I'm very jealous as well, because they all have a passion that runs super deep, and they've made sacrifices to find a way to have their work be here, whether it's part-time, full-time, or their full career. So that's overwhelming to watch and be a part of, and I just think the staff that are here, they have a passion, it comes through, and everyone in the town gets to benefit from their choices to be here. Being a part of the farm, I've been able to see the importance of living out your mission as an organization, and developing that brand in the open space, and having it come to life for people. One of the most impactful stories that I remember, and it's just a personal experience, when my wife Pam and I decided to enroll our first child, Ruby, in the Forest Gnomes. It felt like a big decision because it was just sort of off the beaten path to put your child in an outdoor kindergarten program in the elements year-round, as compared to the traditional opportunities. And being new parents, it felt a little bit, like a challenging decision. But as we researched it and talked to the staff, who were amazing, and once we made that decision, I had just an overwhelming feeling like I was doing the best possible thing for my child that I could ever do. And I still feel that in terms of, for sure, we had to write a check for it, but of all the checks we were writing, this one felt like the one that was the best, and the smartest and the wisest, with the greatest impact. And then we were able to see her go through the Gnomes program, and then my son Isaac as well. And those 4 or 5 years were tremendous, being a part of that community and having our kids out in the woods, and just learning about the outdoors, and just being free and being in a play-based environment without restrictions, and we cherished those nights when we'd go out in the woods with the families and have the Lantern Festival and the barbecues, and just be with like-minded people who are willing to take the risk of having their kids sort of break the norm. And the farm made it possible, and it's such an important part of our parenting. I think the Natick Community Organic Farm offers the community really a gem. This opportunity for them to have access, free of charge, to a place that allows them to engage as a family through the entire life cycle of their time here, or even if they move away and come back. So to be able to learn about where their food comes from and teach their children that at a young age, a place where they can walk freely and engage with the animals, a place where they can see the differences in the seasons. So to come here in the fall, spring, winter, or summer is a completely different experience, and I encourage people always to at least come 4 times a year so that they can really see that difference, and to talk with amazing staff that have committed their lives to this work. I just think the opportunities are endless for residents of Natick to take advantage of this organization that is here for them. And that's one of the things that I love about the farm, is that the farm serves the community. So everything that's done here is not just to sell a CSA or to or a bouquet of flowers. Everything that's done here is to serve the community. So Natick Community Organic Farm is here for the community entirely. Everything the staff does is for the community entirely. So it's just in a world where you have to gain access and admission to this, that, and the other, this is a place where come and enjoy everything we have, because everything we have has been designed for you, whether you're an infant or you're a grandparent, or anything in between. So it's the biggest no-brainer to me. It's unbelievable that 50 years have passed from the beginning of this farm, when it was just an idea to provide an outlet for teen youths in Natick, and they developed Red Wing Farm, and it's turned into this incredible place. So if I think about the next 50 years and what I see in my time here, it's all about ideas. So I'm just super hopeful that, just like the first idea of Red Wing Farm, there will continue to be innovative ideas that come through this place to address the community, but make sure that the mission is always kept true. And I have great hope that the place is going to explode, and we don't know. I have great hope that the farm will just continue to strengthen through great creative ideas and a focus on the community.